welcome you to a great scene at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight, a good one coming your way in the AFC. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Please welcome your D26 Kansas City Chiefs.
With my partner Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. We are just about set to kick it off. Gonna be a cold one here in KC. He's across the 20, taking down just shy of the 25. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blitz. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you. This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense, and boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He gets that to Brown. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
3rd and 2.
Here's a run with Hunt. And he's going to be brought down behind the line. This defense fired up to start the game.
So it's a pretty manageable down, so they really have the option to run. So they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
Brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
And after studying this quarterback, Mike, I really like the way he carries himself. He really takes accountability. Every time there's something that goes wrong, he puts it on his shoulders. And every time there's success, he's always the first one to give it to everybody else. That's the for this position. I think this guy's a great example of it.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
2nd and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. They'll go play action here with Allen. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A gain of 24 through the air. Good for a Bills first down.
So everyone's going to focus on the throw, right, Mike? But it was really the way he used his eyes to manipulate the defense that really made that.
They bring their tight end right. Here's a handoff to Cook. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Patience is a great quality of a running back. You have to wait for holes and gaps to develop. But in this case, Mike, he just kept waiting, and nothing ended up happening. No gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun. Throw here for Allen. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Third and a yard. Allen now off the bootleg. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize how many yards do I need to get for the first down, and just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
Throw here down the field will fall incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
To the air once more is Allen. To the left side, it's caught by Shakir. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Allen on 3rd down. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
So, Sean McDermott going to send on the field goal unit now. This one from 41 yards out. Pass is kicked. Is good. And the Bills are out to an early 3-0 lead. So after the field goal to open up the scoring, kicker's back out for this kickoff. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chiefs offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. One of the tight ends in motion right. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. And very quickly, a first down.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. This is intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Jones. And the Bills are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
And we've seen this throughout the entire game. Like, these receivers are having a hard time uncovering against this secondary. You force a quarterback to throw into a lot of tightly contested windows, it's going to end up in the wrong hands.
The Bills offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. From the gun, Josh Allen. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
That's just a brutal miss, especially on third down. I mean, if he delivers a good ball, Mike, that's a completion, first down, and this drive is alive. And I think he just tried to be a little too perfect, and he overshoots his target, and he's not there in time to reel it in.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. This unit hasn't been at their best early on. Punt followed by an interception on their first two drives. RPO, they throw it to Rice. And he's brought down after a gain 6 on first down.
It brings up set 3, the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 3. A handoff to Pacheco. He'll push forward for about a yard. The veteran Leonard Floyd, they're on the tackle.
Tackled at the 29-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
This brought in out past the 20. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in late.
Defense.
He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Automatic first down.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, here is Allen. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
48-yard line.
Always assumes that you only want to run drag routes or crossing routes just underneath like mesh concepts against man coverage, but so often they're equally as effective against the zone. All it takes is one of those underneath man defenders to latch on to the wrong route, and all of a sudden there is a lot of room, not only for the completion, but for yards after the catch.
How about this sequence to start the drive? Back-to-back good gains, 19 for this one. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. Here's Allen now on 1st and 10. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush, immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
They'll motion the slot man right. Allen goes with a pop pass. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
A gain there of 11. First down, Buffalo.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
A run with Cook. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Now after the play, looks like we have an injury for one of the Chiefs. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. It is second and 9. Allen gonna throw. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it. You start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
To the air on third down. Here's Allen. It's incomplete.
It's just a matter of time. I don't care how good you are or how good a hand you have. You are going to drop passes. It is inevitable in the NFL. But it's the guys that don't let one drop pass lead to two. They have the ability to put it behind them, move forward, and they can't wait for that next ball to be thrown their way.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bills, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Chiefs offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for his wideout. Brings up second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
With the RPO, they'll get it to Brown. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of 9. They'll go about trying to convert on third down.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. They go play action with Mahomes. To the left side in the hands of Rice. He's taken depth just shy of midfield. A gain there of 15. First down, KC.
10 at the 48-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Mahomes. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
I think the defender thought he had himself a pick here, Mike. He saw that curl coming the entire way, but unfortunately for him, it was a curl and go. They took him deep. Leads to a huge pickup.
On the ground, here's Pacheco. He is belted in the backfield. What a shot he took. It's going to be a loss of yardage. What a play.
Brings up 2nd and
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. Now they'll set up the screen for Hunt. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. So we are through 1 on Monday Night Primetime. The Bills with the early advantage. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2. They've got 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll run the sneak, and he will have the Chiefs first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on 3rd and inches. A give here to Pacheco. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Bills' 15-yard line.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Quick throw here, taken by Hopkins. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs could be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it. And the Chiefs move out in front by a point. It's 7-6.
Bills 6.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bills offense back onto the field for their next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning 1st and 2nd down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in 3rd and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
Number 10, incomplete. It's 3rd down and 13.
It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Pass caught by Shakir. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to get back at it. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
On the RPO, and he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. They go right back to Rice. He's got it again. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Third down and 3. Throwing is Mahomes. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Just a really nice effort by the defense to challenge him right at the catch point. It's really the timing of the contact that really is able to dislodge the ball, and they get a fresh set of downs to work with if he's able to hold on to it. But because of the hit, he can't squeeze it, and now they find themselves looking at 4th down.
The Bills offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
On the handoff, this is Cook. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Really impressive job there by the defense, Mike. I mean, to not only absorb the initial push, but now you got to get the back on the ground. And sometimes to hold up against these big old offensive linemen and stick an arm out to get the ball carrier down, it's easier said than done, and really nice job here by the defensive front.
The ball carried by number 4. Brought down at his own 6-yard line. That is 3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
The Bills bringing on the punt team, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This is fielded well short of midfield. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. They're going to run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
That is hot. He gets the hook up with Rice. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. It picks up 25 yards and gives them a golden opportunity. It's 1st and goal. They've got it at the 8. 1st down and goal. Here's Pacheco. A second effort, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Here's Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs will take a 14-6 lead.
Chiefs 14, Bills 6.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he is stop at 25. The drive will begin there. The Bills offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook, and he'll take this up to the 30. Pick up a 5.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A design run here for Allen. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, here's Allen. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
2nd and 6 at their 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly, and even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
And he's going to get there. He got the 1st down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
It's a gain of 6.
You want to play running back in today's modern NFL, Mike, you have to be able to be a viable weapon in the passing game. It's all about touches. It's not just about handoffs anymore. It's how many different ways can we get the ball in your hands.
A run up the middle with Cook. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and
8. From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. They'll motion over Samuel. Allen now on 2nd down. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
It's certainly not for the lack of trying, but these guys are having a really hard time getting on the same page right now. I mean, he's still looking for his 1st catch, despite getting a handful of targets going his way.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. From the gun, throw here for Allen. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
The Chiefs offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And he finds some space, tackling after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 2. Here's a toss to Pacheco. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
It's a loss of 1.
That was just a race to the edge, and in this case, Mike, he just wasn't the winner. I mean, at this point, when the defense is out there waiting for you, it's tough for any runner in this league to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. That is Leonard Floyd, the veteran who got to the quarterback. Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for KC. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Bills' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The tight end Kincaid in motion. On 1st down, Allen. Open man is Shakir, and that's complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the gun, here is Allen. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
Allen on 3rd down. He gets this complete to Shakir. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down.
1st down, Buffalo.
One more time going up top with Allen. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half and good enough for a 1st down.
Big-time completion here as they try to get some points before the half. And remember, they're getting the ball back after the break, so they get a chance to double up possessions here if they're able to put a scoring drive together in the closing stages of this half.
A short throw caught by Kincaid. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this 1st half. They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Allen to throw again. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. It looks like the Chiefs have it, and it is Kansas City ball. Any turnover down here hurts, Greg. These feel even worse because you have the reception. Looks like you're going to gain yardage, and then the fumble and the turnover, the defense takes the ball.
And they got exactly what they wanted out of the pass play, Mike. They're able to make the completion, but now as the ball carrier, you cannot be thinking, oh, I have to score, get it in the end zone. You still have to protect the ball. He doesn't. The ball gets knocked free, and the defense creates a huge turnover.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. So they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime. They'll motion over Samuel. To the air once more is Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's third down and a few inches. They'll run with Cook, and he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
The kicker
now, the extra point. It's up and through. And the Bills move back to within 1.
14, Bills 13.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here's Chris Evans to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. First down throw, Mahomes to the outside, catch made by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He keeps it himself. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards. And most importantly, a first down.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up, there's nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
The ball's deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Trying to connect with the veteran Zach Ertz that time. And it'll bring up second down. Mahomes back. Short throw taken in by Kelsey. The Chiefs will use their third and final timeout here as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Third and 2.
Third and 2. Here we go. To throw is Mahomes. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch. Stays in bounds. And he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
Certainly not the biggest gain by any means, but he does a really nice job getting past the sticks, keeping his feet in bounds, and ultimately picks up the first down.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Here's second and 2. Mahomes now to throw again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
To the sideline and incomplete. Brings up third down and 2.
Now Andy Reid will bring in the field goal unit. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that kick will help extend the lead, but remember, Mike, it's still a one-possession game. Halftime's right around the corner, so both teams, there's a lot of work left to be done before we crown a winner here.
Three seconds, all that remain in this first half, as that one's away. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35.
35-yard line.
Throwing now, Allen here on first down. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get this past the 20 of the 25-yard line. The Bills offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll run with Cook. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
At the 24-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
9. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Josh Allen. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Third down and 9. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And that'll be knocked down. It's incomplete, but it might not matter. Let's check on this penalty.
Still 3rd down.
Penalty yardage moves them closer for this 3rd down attempt, and it's 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He's got the hook up there to Cooper. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Bills 1st down.
That's good for a Bills 1st down. It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Bills.
On play action, Allen to the middle of the field. Caught by Shakir. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Cook. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
8. They go play action now. Here's Allen. Oh, fine work there defensively. Got that hand in there. That pass is incomplete.
Really nice play there by the defender, Mike, and not only to force the incomplete, but it's the timing. Understanding if he gets there too early, you bring in PI. You get there too late, it leads to a completion. That time he times it just right and knocks the ball away.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this 2nd half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 3. From from the shotgun. It's Mahomes. It's over the middle. It's caught by Rice. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up second down.
So there's a sense of urgency with these RPOs, especially in the NFL game, because your linemen, they're thinking it's a run, so you can't allow them to get downfield. So that's where this quick decision-making from the quarterback is so critical, and the timing of this one just wasn't quite right and falls incomplete.
Firing right side, brought in by Brown. A gain of 16 yards, and the Chiefs have a first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Throw here down the field will fall incomplete.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. And what that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones. And if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Right back to the air from Mahomes. Over the middle and taken in. He's got it. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
Here's Pacheco, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 22 now, here's second down and 6. Man in motion is Brown. Mahomes now on second down. And he overshoots everyone. It's through the back of the end zone and incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner, and next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
This is 3rd and 6. Throwing is Mahomes. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
The field goal unit out here for the Chiefs. This one from 43 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chiefs will extend their third quarter lead. After the made field goal, Butker back on the field, to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. He'll run straight ahead with Cook. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
38-yard line.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. From the gun, it's Allen. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Third and 9. Cooper going in motion. To the air on 3rd down, here's Allen. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
The Bills bringing on their punting unit. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. Open man downfield. It's Kelsey. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
1st and 10.
What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that if offensively it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive, your chances of coming away with points continue to go down the more you snap the ball. You have to be able to generate shot plays, pick up big, explosive chunks, because when you do, your ability to score points typically tends to follow.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Now Mahomes. Now they'll set up the screen for Hunt. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
16 yards.
Good pickup of 16 on that screenplay and a first down.
All right, Mike, so the way they teach these screenplays to the offensive lineman is you got to stop the defender's feet. You just don't want him to get a free, clean rush to the quarterback because you're so worried about getting out in front of the back. Make him start his rush over again before you slip out. Ball gets dumped right over the rusher's head. Bang, now you're in the open field.
Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 16.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and Some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one.
And he ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7.
On the tackle. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Bills' 8-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. They put Kelsey in motion. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
They're doing a really nice job of keeping this defense on their heels with this balanced attack. We've seen them be effective, both run and pass, and right now the defense just doesn't seem to have an answer.
Pacheco is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Butker now for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Chiefs will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Chiefs 27, Bills 13.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bills offense getting set to get back to work. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Allen to throw. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Number 4. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Chiefs' 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 9. On the RPO, quickly in the hands of Cooper. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's Allen to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
Here we go on 4th down. It's Allen. And he's going to have the Bills' 1st down as they manage to convert That'll keep this drive alive.
First down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. The 4th quarter begins with a run by Cook. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both running and pass. And with that incompletion, it brings up a critical 3rd down. I think before anything else, you've got to let everyone know that you're in 4-down territory. A field goal here, it does you no good, so you have to approach this almost like it's 2nd down.
Allen going to make the read and hold on here. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of only a yard.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
The Bills will send out the field goal unit. This one from 39 yards out. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bills are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. He fields it at the 8. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Quick throw here, taken by Hopkins. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
Number 87, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Mahomes back. That's complete. Who else? It's Kelsey. 18 yards on the connection. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 4. They go play action with Mahomes. Open man downfield. It's Rice. And he's into the end zone. And they are making it look easy. Touchdown, KC. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Butker now to add the PAT. His kick is good. And the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
16.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bills offense headed back to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if we get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Side by Cooper. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
At the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 9. The gun, here's Allen. That's to Cooper again. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun, Josh Allen. To the left side, it's caught by Shakir. He's going to have the 1st down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
And the Bills' 1st down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
And he will not be able to turn upfield. He'll drop him behind the line.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
To the air on 2nd down. Here's Allen. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down. From the gun, here is Allen. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the fourth quarter. They've got to find a way to capitalize in this drive. Continue to cut into that deficit. Every possession is critical. Take advantage when you have the ball.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. They'll motion over Samuel. Throwing again is Allen. Right side, hauled in by Samuel.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? To the air once more is Allen. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Brings up 4th down.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. Allen gonna throw for it. Has his man, it's Samuel. And he's gonna have the Bills' 1st down. That'll wind up a gain of 11 on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 20.
And despite things looking pretty bleak at the moment, I think you got to respect the fact they're out there swinging. They're trying to pull off a double-digit comeback here in the fourth quarter.
Allen to throw again. There's that man again. Another catch. About 19 yards on that one. And they're in business. It's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9.
These could be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
And he will wisely just get rid of this one and set up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd.
Smart decision there on 1st and goal. If it's not there early, don't get baited into a bad decision. Just throw it away and live for another down. Really nice decision-making here. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Another shot at it from the 9. 2nd down and goal. Again, it's Allen to the air. Headed left, buying time. And he will get into the end zone. DJ Chark, touchdown Bills. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Extra point try by Bass. The kick is good. And the Bills are able to edge a bit closer.
Bills 23.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. first and 10 for Mahomes. Short throw taken in by Kelsey. And they'll up past the 40 with that one. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Chiefs. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Now Butker to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs tack on one more to their lead.
41, Bills 23.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bills offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. It's Cook, and that'll be a pickup of 3.
He's brought down at the 31. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Here's second and 6. From the gun, throw here for Allen. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Buffalo. From the gun, it's Allen. And he let him a bit too much. The pass is incomplete.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Open man is Samuel, complete. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Gain of 7 yards. And it's third down.
They'll come up to third and 3. One more time going up top with Allen. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Bills first down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
To throw again, it's Allen. To the middle of the field, caught by Shakir. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
It's a gain
Give
of
them
17
more, and they are on a roll. Another first down. Throw once more. Here's Allen. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 15-yard line.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Allen gonna throw again. Short pass taken in by Knox. This drive's gonna continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
And while this game is certainly all but over, this drive really comes down to pride. On one side, you got a team trying to show they're willing to fight all the way to the end, and then the other, they don't want to give up a touchdown at this point in the game.
That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
You could just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
Throwing again, it's Allen. Throws caught by Cooper on the right side. And he'll take this one in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Now Bass to tack on the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bills are able to cut into the deficit.
31. Bills 30.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
The Chiefs offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. They put the tight end Brown in motion. They'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Wise decision, especially at this stage of the game. You certainly don't want to force something and let the other guys right back into the game.
Second and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before third down.
15.
from the shotgun. It's Mahomes. He tries to get that one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
And the Chiefs will punt the ball away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. And that one had too much behind it. It's into the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense ready to get back at it. They'll come up for 1st and 10. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
The gun, here's Allen. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
It's 3rd down. And 5 yards to go.
The crowd at Arrowhead roaring. Here's 3rd down. They'll motion over Samuel. 3rd down, it's Allen. He'll find Shakir open right side. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Allen. And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're 2nd. Clock stops with 33 seconds remaining. They'll need to score and do it quickly. Still 1 timeout left. Final minute, 1st and 10. He gets this one to Samuel. It's complete. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. The Bills going to use their final timeout here, and they'll stop with 28 seconds to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's 1st down. Throwing again is Allen. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's going to be caught by Kincaid. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Chiefs victorious as we say so long from Arrowhead.